Hey guys, we're here today and I'm sitting down with my friend Nick, and Nick is a person who has been involved in audio and speaker building for a very long time, and he has his own YouTube channel which has done really well. Actually, congratulations, you just got an award, I believe.
Yeah, over 100,000 subscribers now, and so thank you guys for watching. And if those that aren't watching, well, there's at least 100,000 people that think it's worth watching, so tune in.
Right, yeah. And the channel is TOID's DIY Audio. Mm-hmm. And I think the really cool thing, the reason we wanted to kind of just hang out and chat a little bit, is just the fact that you've been very prolific over the years, and it's been great working with you. And we kind of wanted to get your input on, what is it like doing this? Because we want people to be involved in speaker building and stuff.
One of the things that I've always believed is that more people would get into DIY speaker building if they just tried it, if they got into it, if we made it accessible. And so my entire channel is all about how do we make this accessible to people? How do we make it accessible to the people that want to go further in DIY? And how do we get it accessible for the people that just want to start from ground up, don't know anything about speakers? And so some of the videos that we do are based around that. So no matter where you are, you can take that, then get the parts from Parts Express. We even sell plans that tell you step by step how to build them, and you can get started building the speakers of your dreams.
But where would you say, I don't know, what point do you feel like you were starting to make a dent and notice that people were starting to pay attention to what you had to say?
So one of the things that I find to be very interesting is, even in DIY work, no matter what you know, there's probably someone that doesn't know it. Whatever it is, even if you're just beginning your journey, there's something that you probably know that someone else doesn't know. And just sharing that knowledge on the internet is when I noticed it. So the very first video I did was terrible. It was awful, shot in the wrong format. But it was, everyone was asking for it. How do I solder the Overnight Sensations crossover? They see the schematic, but they didn't know how to follow through, but they wanted to build the speakers. So I shot these terrible videos, didn't think anything of it, wasn't thinking about YouTube at all. YouTube was just the platform to put it on. And so I popped it on there without thinking anything of it. And so many people just fell in love with that and watched it, that YouTube actually wanted to become a partner with me because of that. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what's so exciting is, for you to make a difference in someone else's life with building speakers, you don't have to necessarily know a ton. It's just, are you willing to put yourself on the line and share the knowledge that you do have?
Do you feel that there is a fear of some type of barrier to entry as far as speaker building goes? Like somebody goes I don't know what I'm doing. I don't want to get started in that. I think it's too expensive, or I don't know how to do something, or it just is too scary. Have you encountered that? I have, and a lot of people that comes with the woodworking tools, especially. A lot of people say, "Well, I don't have the woodworking tools. I don't have, glue, clamps, etc." But really, to get started with speaker building, you don't need necessarily a lot. You can do it now with a 3D printer. A lot of 3D printing things that you can do now. Which is crazy. We should talk about that, but yeah.
It is crazy. You can do that balsa. You can do your little $18 speaker kit that you guys have, $20 speaker kit. Like that, you don't need any tools for. Or you can get a flat pack. And then the only thing you really need is clamps. Or guys, if you don't have clamps, you can use weight. You can use, glue it up pieces by piece. Use weight of books. Use weights. So if you actually lift weights, you can use those weights to weight it down. And that's really all you need.
We've seen like workout weights. We've seen books. We've seen tape.
Some people use ratchet straps.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, there's so many different things. So I think
if it's bad too, it's not even that big of a deal. You can get it together, glue it together. It doesn't have to be perfect.
It's fixable.
It's your first thing. When you start to get into it later down the line, you'll start to notice those other things that are going to fix that project. When you first get started, that barrier of entry, just do it. Just get the pieces and go.
And that's really the thing. There's a fear with a lot of people to start this. And the thing that I've learned along my way is you're going to make mistakes. Hands down, no matter what you do, you're going to make a mistake. Almost every mistake that I've ever come across is fixable. You can fix it. even if you make a mistake with the cabinet, you can fix it. Like there are ways to fix any mistake that you have. So the fear really shouldn't be it. The thing that I found was that most people didn't have a good community to go to. And they didn't know, if I want to start in this, where do I go? And that's what the channel was about, giving you the confidence to start this journey, no matter where you are. So if you're starting with an already designed design, great. If you want to move up to start and design your own speakers, awesome. We're going to have content for all of those things. And Parts Express is going to have all the parts and tools that you need as well. And that's why I think it's so important is you don't have to worry about where you are right now. There's something for everyone.
Yeah, I think the other thing too is, like you said about the community. So we have a lot of people who are saying like, well, I don't know how to get the feedback. I don't know where to start and all that. It's like, yeah, you could probably watch a YouTube video, but you could also comment on the YouTube video. You become a regular. You start going into the live shows. If you like someone like Nick and you want to follow them, that's right. You can follow them. But I mean, there is Parts Express. You can call our company. You can call our tech staff, and they can walk you through stuff as well.
Another resource that me and a couple other guys that are here, we have DIY Hi-Fi that comes, and I also am friends with Ryan, who is Impulse Audio. We run a live stream on Wednesdays, usually called Audio Digest. And I will say this, if you have a question, that's what we're there for. Like, we do that live stream so that you can ask those questions, get involved. Now, we can't always answer every question, but we try our hardest to answer those questions. And all of that is designed around you guys. We don't do this for us. We design, like I design speaker kits for you guys and speaker designs because I want you to be able to have a speaker that you're proud of in the end and say, I built and it sounds amazing.
I mean, what would you say as far as being a creator in this space and working with other people would be, I guess, like the best advice for people that are getting started?
I would tell you two things. Don't get discouraged. If there's a speaker that you want done, man, let's get it happening. To me, that's the most exciting thing. And it doesn't matter if it comes out perfect, because here's the thing. Every single build that you do, you're going to learn from it. You're absolutely going to learn. And so you're going to learn from this one, and then your vision is going to get better the next time. And you're going to be like, you know what would I have done differently? And it's going to continue to evolve. So don't get frustrated. And if someone says just don't do it, unless it's for like safety reasons, you know, you should consider just doing it, going forward, building whatever, and you'll learn something. Now, I also think the community aspect is very good. So find a good community that's willing to support you, but also willing to challenge you, to push you and say, well, I don't know, is this really the drivers you want to do? Have you thought about this? Have you considered, the crossover point? Have you considered the beaming? Have you considered... And then you can start talking to people about maybe some things that you didn't take into consideration. There is a sense of accomplishment that you get when you build a speaker for the very first time and you turn them on and listen to. That's unlike really anything else. I mean, you think about it, it's a creation that you created from your own mind or kit, and you have been able to work on it and see it come to life. I see too many people be a little bit more like they don't take the time to really appreciate what they just did, because when you turn those on for the very first time, you will get a grin from ear to ear because you're thinking about, I did this. And it's amazing. It really is. One of my favorite things is like put every speaker in my theater room I built and designed. And I will demo that. This was one of the funniest stories. I had a guy come over and I demoed it for him. He's listened to it and he's like, this is amazing. He goes, I just have some SVS speakers at home. And I was like, I love SVS. I was like, they're great speakers. And he's like, I love these. Who made these? What brand do you have? I was like, I made them all. He's like, no. And I was like, I did. And those are some of the greatest accomplishments when you can play something for someone on something that you built and see their eyes light up.
Yeah.
It's great. When you're designing that crossover, assuming that you're doing it yourself, you can design it specifically to your taste. It doesn't have to be the mass market taste, right? So if you like a little more treble in a certain region, you can design it like that. You like a little more bass, you can design it like that. You don't have to necessarily use knobs. This is one of the things that we talked about on one of our podcasts, and we had said, me and Ryan actually disagreed a little, because he said, don't rush, putting it all together and getting the crossover in. And I said, I don't care if you do. Just go ahead and put the crossover in. Because I understand that later, and he also agreed at the end, you can take it out. Like any time that you decide to change the sound signature of that speaker, you can.
Yeah.
You can reuse those drivers again. If you decide, like if you built that amazing speaker that you were so excited with and something didn't turn out right, guess what? Those drivers are still good. As long as you didn't damage the drivers, we can add, we can adjust, we can figure out what went wrong, and that's okay. Like that's the part that I get excited about. It's okay, and you learn something, and that's what I think is really exciting about DIY speakers. I would tell every single person, don't get discouraged. Someone says, don't do it, and just go ahead and move forward. But do it with some community. That's the whole reason why I started my website, started my YouTube channel and everything. I want to make sure that there is a good community where we're not putting each other down, where we're helping each other, building each other up, so that you can get the speakers that you've always wanted. Yeah, and just like with 3D printers, I mean, they have made it just so much more accessible to the normal everyday person to be able to get into speaker building without having to worry about designing the box. Because a lot of boxes are already designed for them. See, too many people got scared off 3D printers. And I was one of those as well, because my first 3D printer, I had to assemble piece by piece, and I got one good print out of it the entire time that I had it. Now, like if you get a good 3D printer, you can go ahead and start, and I have some reviews on some. If you guys are interested, you can check those out on the website. You can literally just turn this on, and if you have a design that's already designed, throw it in there, and it just works. Like, and it takes a lot of that guesswork out. And I think that's where a lot of people were, hanging back from 3D printers, but there's just too many good ones out there right now. And there's a lot of free places to get 3D files as well now. But I think we're going to see a lot more speakers that are going to be able to be 3D printable, because I think that's where it has to go. I think that if we're going to get these younger generation in on speaker building, it's got to be something that they're going to use. So 3D printers, I think, is a huge aspect, and anyone can do it. You can be in New York City and do it. You don't need glue, you don't need clamps, you don't need books.
Well, dude, I appreciate you coming out. This is how many years now at the speaker design competition?
25. I have no idea. I really don't know. Really appreciate being here. So thanks again for having me. And I hope that you guys are able to come next year.
Every time I've ever been to any sort of convention, or in this case, like a competition or grouping or anything like that, the takeaway from the event is not what was there. It's not the speakers. It's always the people. It's being able to communicate with the people, be friends, reconnect, learn some things, and just have like long conversations with those people. It's an incredible time, and whether it's here in person or it's something like this, or it's online in those communities, the forums, the Facebook channels, the YouTube comment section, it doesn't matter.
Definitely.
We hope you guys get into speaker building, and we're here for you.
See you guys.